Welcome back. KSO putting on their latest production this weekend at the Sagebrush Theatre Saturday night. It's called Past and Present, and we have a guest conductor that has come to town to take part in this. His name is Leslie Dalla, and he hails from Vancouver. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
It's lovely to have you. As most people know, Bruce Dunn, the current conductor of the KSO, is retiring. There's 4 or 5 different people who are hoping to take the position. You're one of them.
I am indeed.
Yes, good. So tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to pursue this.
Well, I grew up in Toronto, and I was the youngest of 4 kids, and my mother passionately loved music, so she wanted all of us to learn it. So as a wee little guy, I heard my older siblings practicing, and I studied piano and violin and organ, and sang in a choir called St. Michael's Choir School. That was where I went to school, and they had a really great, I mean, we learned to sing things like Gregorian chant and Renaissance polyphony as kids. And it took me until I was like in my 20s to realize, wow, that was kind of wild. Most people don't ever get to touch that music.
Right.
So I was surrounded by music all the time, and I realized the first time I went to Europe when I was 16, I have an older brother who's a musician who's also a conductor. So I kind of deliberately tried to sort of stay away from that. I pursued studies as a pianist first.
Right.
But when I went to Europe at 16, we went to some music festivals, and I realized I got to do this with my life because it's so amazing.
And that's your passion.
That's my passion. So working with other musicians is, like, to me, the greatest thing.
That's awesome. For viewers who do not know, what is the role of a music director in addition to being a conductor?
Well, there's a lot of things. I mean, essentially, the music director is often responsible for the programming, for a lot of the programs that go on outside of performances, outreach, just sort of creating an atmosphere as well, you know, of excellence and kind of a lot of behind the scenes sort of things.
What do you enjoy the most about your work?
I think it's the process of creating music, of creating live music, of working with other people to come to a working means of creating excellence. And you know, I mean, for example, this weekend I get to Mozart and Beethoven in a new piece by the American Michael Dougherty. I love working on classic repertoire. I love working on new repertoire, and just the creating sound is such an amazing phenomenon. So
tell us about Past and Present. That's the name of this performance on Saturday night. So it's what kind of music? So
Past and Present, because of the fact that there's a Mozart overture to the Marriage of Figaro, which is a classic piece, as well as Beethoven's Sixth Symphony, the Pastoral, which is nature inspired. It's a very programmatic piece. So that's the past part. The present part is there's a really incredible violin concerto by the American composer Michael Dougherty, composed in 2003, which our guest violinist Alexandra da Costa is soloist in. He's recorded the piece. It's not particularly well known, but it's a really high-flying energy, very rhythmic piece, which I know the audience will enjoy. So you get the past and the present.
That's awesome. Now, for 8 years also, he was in Prince George. Leslie was. You were the conductor of the symphony there. Is that right?
That's right.
And how did that go?
It was great. I mean, yeah, I was actually the longest. I have been to this day the longest serving music director there. 8 years is not like Bruce. Bruce has been here 27 years.
I know,
which
it's
is
a long
pretty
time,
amazing.
Right?
Really remarkable.
Yeah. Well, fantastic. I'm sure that this performance this weekend is going to be very good. I know that you have a lot of experience. You've worked on more than 70 Vancouver Opera main stage productions.
Yes.
And you're very busy with what you do. You have a family in Vancouver as well, so they would all be moving up here if you got the job.
Yeah, we'd have to sort stuff out. But
yeah. Well, good for you. I'm sure this weekend will go very well.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for being here. 5 minutes go so quickly. We've just sort of scratched the surface, but break a leg, as they say.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Leslie Dalla, guest conductor this weekend, Saturday night, for Past and Present. That performance taking place at 7:30 at the Sagebrush Theatre. I believe it's the Sagebrush, but you can check online as well. KMOSlive.ca for tickets.